Hey, what's up, guys? This is me, Nisi of Spoil Me Nisi. I'm back with another video. So, we made it. Tonight was decision day for Married at First Sight season 12. This season went by like so slow, and I just could not wait for decision day, and we ended up having to wait like a whole 2 weeks for it. But finally, we're here. We know who stays together and who parts ways, and let's talk about it. So let's get into it. So a few days ago, I made a video about what I believe was going to happen on decision day. I also had some, spoilers that I got from various sources, which I sourced in my previous video in the descriptions box. And I must say, what I thought was going to happen did happen today. And those sources were right. So, as I said in that last video, I wasn't sure if they were credible sites. Well, they were on point with what they said because, it was all pretty true. So let's get into the first couple that I want to talk about is Haley and Jacob. I always start with them because they are the most boring. So these two at decision day, they both gave a 100% heck to the no when it came to staying together. Usually there's like some sadness felt there. You can tell that one person is sad or the other person isn't. They even gave Jacob a chance and they said, hey, if Haley is willing to say yes, would you be willing to say yes? And he pretty much said, heck no. They both just want out. They both just want out of the marriage. And it almost seemed like once they said no and once it was all done, they were like free at last. They just wanted to be apart from each other. And I noticed Haley's energy even at the end of the episode when all the couples got together. She just seemed like, she had a drink in her hand. She was just free. Like a big weight has been lifted off of her shoulders. So yeah, these two decided to part ways, and in the end of it all, Jacob said that he learned absolutely nothing. So I don't know. Next, let's talk about Clara and Ryan. So these two, both of them said 100% yes, which I saw coming. I didn't see Ryan going anywhere, Last episode, he did kind of make it seem as though, maybe he would say no. But I knew that was all for show. That was all for the dramatics of the show. I knew he would say yes. So yeah, both of them definitely said yes to each other. And I don't know. Me personally, I feel like now that they're deciding to stay married, it's on now. He can't run from Clara anymore. He's certainly going to have to get physical with her. And personally, I see her getting pregnant very soon. So good for them. God bless their marriage. I hope it all works out. Next, we have Virginia and Eric. In my last video, I did say that I felt they were going to stay together, even though, he seemed a little crazy, and they did seem a little incompatible. They did decide to stay together. And they love each other, these two. And you know what? I take back, thinking that Eric is crazy and all that. I think there's a lot of pressure being on this show. Eric is a really nice guy. I did like how he proposed to her again, and I thought it was really cute how he did it. And she said, like, heck yeah, she didn't even give the proposal a second thought. She said yes, And I don't know, I see these two really lasting. I think that she's going to mature a lot with him, and he is going to definitely unleash his more fun side. And she's going to stop him from getting old. When I say old, I mean like, I don't mean like age wise. I feel like she's going to stop him from getting old mentally. He's definitely going to preserve his youth. And, I think it's great. These two do argue a lot. It is like a wrestling match. But, I do hope that these two, I hope their marriage does last. Because, I think they're really cute together. Next, we have Brianna and Vincent. Oh, Brianna and Vincent. This episode was just waterworks. So yeah, of course they said yes. In my last video, I did say that I see them deciding to stay together, and yes, they did. I really like Vincent. I like that he paid attention to the fact that her favorite cake is cheesecake, and he proposed to her again with the cheesecake. And Vincent and Brianna, I feel like they're very deep. When they decided to stay together, they didn't just say, yes, like the other couples. Like, they had to, like, really get into it. Like, she pretty much told him she likes the person she's becoming for him. And I don't know, just all of that just made me cry. And then when he was like, oh, I have something to tell you, I don't know why, I was thinking all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh, no, oh gosh, please don't let it be like a baby on the way like Chris or something like that. And he reaches under the chair and pulls out a cheesecake that says, will you marry me? How cute. I cried. I shed some tears over it. I think it's really cute. God bless these two. I really hope that their marriage just lasts for years and years. And I hope they have babies, and I hope that God bless them and their marriage and all that good stuff, because I think that Brianna and Vincent are the only couple that I believe that that Pastor Cal and Viviana and Dr. Pepper, that they actually got right. So yeah, I love these two. And last but not least, we have Chris and Paige. Now, I have to save these two for last because of the drama, So yeah, these two were full of drama. They walked off of the show I don't know how many times tonight. Chris deserves an Oscar, that's for sure. And Paige, I don't know. It's easy for someone to say that she's stupid, but when you really think about the fact that, it's a show, but they really got married to each other. And marriage is very spiritual. There's a lot that goes into marriage, and so when I think about things from that point of view, I don't think that Paige is stupid. I think that she's a real woman, and she came into this looking for a husband, and she was a real wife. When you're married, you can't, walk out every time the other person messes up. There's a level of forgiveness that's there, and I think that she has that for him. So yeah, I don't think that she's stupid, but I didn't like how it almost seemed like he was manipulating her a little bit. I think that Chris kind of made everything all about him. He kind of, I don't know, he comes out with telling her that he liked her from jump. She's an amazing woman, all of this nice stuff about her. And it's like, really? Because last time I checked, from the time they got married, he was telling her friends and family that she's unattractive, not a trophy wife, he didn't even want to kiss her, so it's like weird, like, why are you being fake now? But one sad thing is that his baby's mama, according to him, had a miscarriage. That is very sad. Now, I know there have been a lot of people out there that believe that she wasn't pregnant in the first place, and I must admit, I feel terrible. I was one of those people that I did feel that deep down inside that maybe he came up with that story. But I went on his Instagram, and I saw that he posted he posted something about it, and their wristband from the hospital or whatever. And, no matter how much of a jerk Chris seemed on the show, I really don't think that he would be that kind of person to lie about something as serious and heartbreaking as a miscarriage. Because in the end, he did seem genuinely happy for the baby, So, God bless them. I hope that, they're healing from that. And, God bless Mercedes. It's really sad that situation happened. But he did reveal that on the show. And the thing that I don't like about him revealing that, it almost seemed as though now that situation happened, now he's interested in Paige. And he put on this whole show, which, Paige came on the show ready to say no to the marriage, but it got all up in her head, and she was kind of going back on her word and kind of beginning to be interested in staying married to him. And it was just one big thing, Pastor Cal got angry. Dr. Viviana, she got angry. You know, she was calling Chris out, you know, throwing in some facts in there about how he is, you know, and it was just like a big mess. But I am happy that at the end of it all, Paige decided to think about herself and her own well-being, her own mental well-being. And she decided to go on and take the red pill and end it. And I was actually like really, really happy about that. You know, I'm like at last, you know, she did something that was smart and like stood up for herself. And I'm really happy that Paige did that. Now, the spoilers that I got from the previous video that I did, they did say that her best friend claims that after Decision Day, they decided to stay together. So I do think that that could be a possibility, you know, because from what Chris was saying on this episode, it does seem like he does have some feelings for her. I don't know if it was how nice she looked in that dress, or maybe he really does. I mean, she is a sweet girl, you know, but she did say no for Decision Day. One thing that I noticed about Chris is that he came on this episode completely ready to own up to all that he did on the season and redeem himself. And I have to respect that. Like I've said in previous videos, I don't think that Chris is a bad person. I just think that, you know, there were certain pressures and, you know, I just think that he handled certain things poorly, but no one's perfect, you know? And a part of me feels like I can understand why he had that breakdown because, you know, so many people, millions of people watch this show, and it's almost as though Chris is like public enemy number one. Like, you know, one can imagine walking in his shoes and going online, and every video that's about Marriage at First Sight is like bashing him. And it's like, yeah, you know, he did treat Paige wrong. He did do some things wrong, but he is still human, and nobody is perfect, you know? So I do like that he apologized to Paige. I do like that he apologized to everyone else. I do like that he and Eric made up. And I think that, you know, everything with him ended up on a very positive note. You know, did he mean what he said, you know, when he was saying sorry to everyone? I know a lot of people feel like he didn't mean it. Me personally, I'm not God. I don't know. You know, but I hope he did mean it, because I feel like at the end of the show when everyone was together and then he came in out of nowhere, there was that awkward silence because everyone had been talking about him. I do believe that, you know, there has to be some good in him for him to walk into that situation, keep his head held up high, and actually take the high road and say sorry for all that he did, all the bad that he did on the show. You know, and I give him credit for that. I really do. You know, and Paige gave him credit for that too, which is not surprising. But I do give him credit for that because, as I've said before, I do feel like everyone can be redeemed, especially me as a Christian. You know, God, you know, Christ is my redeemer. You know, I do feel like everyone can be redeemed. Maybe he's prayed about it. Maybe he's, you know, repented for things that he's done. I don't know. I can't. You know, but as a person, knowing that no one else is perfect, you know, I do really appreciate Chris saying sorry to everyone, to Paige, and really making up for it. So I think that's nice. I can't wait for the reunion episode, though. All the reunions, it gets popping, and from the coming attractions, it does kind of seem like Chris brings on more of the drama. I'm here for it. I have my theories on what's going to happen, but God willing, I'm going to let out another video about what I think is going to happen at the reunion, because so far those spoiler sites that I saw were on point. So I don't know, I have my ideas on what we're going to find out at the reunion. But anywho, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure you like it and share it. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so that I can keep you entertained. And in the meantime, I hope you have a blessed night. Peace.